Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Neville Goddard, son of Abdullah channel. Today, we've got something really exciting lined up for you. We're diving deep into success stories, real-life examples of Neville Goddard's teachings at work. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of our enlightening content. And if you're already a part of our community, welcome back. Let's get started. Our first story revolves around the power of imagination, a foundational teaching of Neville's. Let's start with Neville's personal experience that altered the course of his life. Picture this. It's 1943, in the middle of World War II. Neville, an Englishman, was drafted into the US Army. He didn't want to serve in the military, his passion was metaphysical teaching. So, he decided to apply his principles. Neville used the state-akin-to-sleep technique, a method that involves entering a state of drowsiness while focusing on a scene which implies the fulfillment of your desire. In his semi-sleep state, Neville visualized himself in New York City, in his apartment, surrounded by familiar objects, and receiving letters from his students. Day after day, night after night, Neville practiced this imaginal scene. He lived in the end, another Neville principle, meaning he thought, felt, and acted as if his desire, his honorable discharge from the army, had already happened. He even received a physical token, a mock-up discharge paper from a friend, and kept it with him at all times, further amplifying his imaginal act. And guess what? Only 9 days after he started his imaginal practice, Neville was summoned to the regimental office. After a series of interviews and tests, he was honorably discharged. He was free to go back to his beloved New York City and resume his life as a teacher of metaphysical principles. This personal success story of Neville's isn't a one-off event. Thousands of people worldwide have transformed their lives using his teachings. Let's dive into another story, this time from a student of Neville's. Meet Alice. She was desperate to move out of a noisy, uncomfortable apartment but couldn't find a better place within her budget. She had attended Neville's lectures and decided to put his teachings into practice. Alice created an imaginal scene where she was entertaining friends in her new, spacious, and peaceful apartment. Night after night, Alice enacted this scene in her mind's eye. She felt the joy, the gratitude, and the satisfaction of having her dream apartment. She lived in the end and remained faithful to her imaginal act. The outcome? Alice soon found a perfect apartment that was not only within her budget but also exceeded her expectations in every way. These success stories serve as powerful reminders that Neville's teachings are not theoretical musings but practical principles that work when applied with faith and persistence. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and persist in that assumption, Neville taught us. And these stories are proof of this principle in action. But we're just getting started. In our upcoming segments, we'll be exploring more real-life success stories, delving deeper into the hows and whys of their manifestations. So stay tuned, and let's dive deeper into the world of Neville Goddard. And now, let's delve into your stories. Many of you, our community members, have shared your success stories with us, and we're incredibly excited to share a few of them. These stories serve as a testament to the efficacy of Neville's teachings when applied faithfully. Our first community story comes from Mark. He was jobless for over 6 months and was starting to feel desperate. But instead of succumbing to despair, Mark decided to apply Neville's teachings. He imagined himself working in his dream job, feeling the satisfaction and fulfillment at the end of a productive day. Mark repeated this scene night after night until it felt real to him. He even acted as if he already had the job, waking up early, dressing up, and working on projects he loved. And guess what? Within a month, Mark landed a job that was even better than he had imagined. That's the power of Neville's teachings. If you can imagine it and you can feel it, you can manifest it. The key is persistence and unshakable belief in the power of your imagination. Now, let's look at another inspiring story. This one is about Maria, who was struggling with a health issue. Doctors were unable to give her a definite diagnosis, let alone a cure. Feeling frustrated and hopeless, Maria turned to Neville's teachings. Maria visualized herself as healthy, vibrant, and full of energy. She imagined her doctors being surprised at her sudden improvement. She felt the joy, relief, and gratitude of being healthy. She persisted in this imaginal act, living in the end until the reality conformed to her imagination. And guess what? Within a few months, Maria's health started to improve dramatically. Her doctors were indeed surprised and declared her completely healthy. Today, Maria is a testament to the healing power of imagination and the effectiveness of Neville's teachings. But what about those cases when people want to change their past? Can that really be possible? Neville teaches us that our consciousness can change our perception of the past and, in doing so, alter our present and future. Here's a story that illustrates this. Meet John. He was haunted by a painful past event that was affecting his present life. He decided to apply Neville's revision technique. Every night, John would revise the painful event in his imagination, changing it to the version he wished had happened. He persisted in this revised scenario until it felt as real to him as the actual event. Gradually, John started to feel relief. His present life began to improve. The people involved in the event also changed their behavior towards him, aligning with the revised version of the past. John's story teaches us that nothing is set in stone. We can revise our past, change our present, and create our future. The key is our imagination, the operant power that molds our reality. We've shared a few of the many success stories of people applying Neville Goddard's teachings to transform their lives. We hope these stories inspire you and affirm your faith in Neville's teachings. But remember, the most powerful affirmation of these teachings will come from your own experiences. So, apply these principles in your life. Imagine your desired reality. Feel its reality. Persist in your assumption. And then, watch as your world conforms to your imaginal acts. Thank you for joining us in this enlightening journey through success stories, real-life examples of Neville Goddard's teachings at work. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. And, please do share your success stories. Your experiences can inspire and uplift others.